part 10 of this stretching series, I would like to show you a common mistake that I see in a specific stretch. Now, this is the stretch I am talking about. I see a lot of people doing this wrong. And what's wrong is the muscles I'm trying to stretch are right here on the inside of the thigh, but in this position they cannot stretch because they have to work to hold my knee up. This muscle is not relaxed. If your knees reach the ground, then this is fine. But I see very few people who have the hip flexibility that allows their knees to reach the ground. So please consider giving support for your knees. And you can use cushions. Here I have 2 yoga blocks, and all I have to do is support my legs on the blocks. Now these muscles, which before were in tension, they are now relaxed and they can stretch. So in this position, once I have the support for the muscles, then I can start to bend forward. Okay, so please consider this stretch. If you're doing it like I see almost everyone doing it, you're not getting the stretch you're looking for. Cushion or a block or something to support the legs so the muscles can stretch. Now, I've made this temporary wall to show you that same stretch if I change my body position. For example, if I'm right here, it's different because so they still can stretch like this with extra support. But how to do stretches on a wall, just get yourself as close to the wall as possible, and then you just rotate, slide down, so now are on the wall. And right now I am getting a stretch on the back of my legs, very similar to the seated forward bend, but now my back is also completely relaxed because it's lying on the ground. So here's a really nice stretch that you can spend even minutes in because the muscles aren't working. Now, if you have limited flexibility in the back of the legs or in the back, you'd have to raise the ground a little bit. And here I have 2 styrofoam pieces that I would put against the wall, and I would put myself on those 2 pieces so that I can be relaxed in this stretch. And this is only necessary if you're one of those people, I think about 20% of people, that cannot touch their toes when they're standing. I don't need it, so I won't use it for the video. So starting position again, sit as close as you can to the wall, then just rotate your body, maybe shifting a little bit so that your hips are on the wall. And I have the rope because I can increase the stretch by bringing my legs forward, trying to keep a tiny bend in the knees. I'll try and bring those legs a little bit closer to my chest. And you can do the same thing with one leg. Another option is to bend the leg, bringing it across the other leg just above the knee. And with this stretch now, I can use the rope or not. I'll feel a good stretch on the back of this side right here. If I want to increase the stretch, I'll bend this knee bringing my left leg closer to my chest, which deepens the stretch. Okay, so that's two options. The other one, as I started with in the beginning, I can bring my feet closer to my groin. And if this was a fixed wall, it's not very sturdy. If it was sturdy, I could then gently push my knees closer to the wall, which increases the stretch on the inner thighs. And all these positions, as I am lying, very relaxed for my lower back because the gravity isn't forcing the muscles to work. And then bring your knees together and back to starting position. Great stretch. And you'll find it's basically the same as this seated forward bend, but my back now in this position is working against gravity, not as relaxed as it is if my back is completely on the ground.